Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at Vechain, see what's going on, of course. Got a lot of requests for this recently, and I can totally see why. It's absolutely broken through its resistance and taking off significantly. So let's go ahead and see, of course, how much further will this continuation happen. Now, best practice, big picture, all that good stuff. It all happens as with a good stable foundation, right? So if you're new to trading or just in general you want to become a better trader, I have a link in the description below for my trading academy, community, and signal group where I provide you with videos for every single step that I take as a precaution of mentally preparing for being a good trader, as well as of course best practice too, and furthermore a signal group where you can kind of learn and grow as a community where we all experience growth recently here, and Vechain is actually one of those coins. So taking a look here at Vechain, first of all, what I want you to know is that it broke its descending type of pattern, right? So this descending type of pattern allowed for it to break to the upside. That's step number one in identifying a breakout. You can kind of obviously tell that it's been, a lot lower than it should have been, honestly, because look at this here. What's interesting, last summer it maintained a higher price point at a lower Bitcoin price than we did now. So that's not normally a good sign, but obviously today or yesterday we're seeing some really strong, probably fundamental catalysts pushing the price action higher. But based on technical charts alone here, you can see that the price action is working very good in this general sense of the fact that it's slowly progressing upwards, and we saw this nice strong breakout. And when Vechain's broke out before, it's done very good for very long. All right, so there's a great chance it's back on track, but we want to double check and see if this is healthy or not, right? Let's go ahead and double check some obvious stuff here. We're under the 200 and above the 50. That's pretty standard stuff for a lot of coins right now. Key is being above the 50-day SMA. We're over 70 on the RSI, and I normally would urge you to be cautious, but 70 on the RSI has been notoriously work as a support level than it does a resistance. In other words, once we've broken that level, we can expect, even if the RSI to come back down, potentially bouncing for that price to continue higher. So I think Vechain is just getting started here, and the likelihood of it pulling back very hard is pretty low. And if we look at the volume increase here in the last 24 hours, it's quite significant. So the first push up had just normal volume. The second push up, we've doubled, almost tripled volume, and the day isn't even finished yet, right? So fantastic stuff there. Increased volume increases the likelihood of the price staying where it's at. Normally I'd say this is an unhealthy type of pattern because it's way too sharp, but generally speaking, it's not too bad when you think about the big picture and how much volume we've introduced into the market. The key here is to pay attention to the volume in the next couple of days. If the volume starts to dissipate, then the price will do the same, okay? So for right now, if the volume can maintain itself, which is likely considering the fact that Bitcoin is stabilizing and a lot of coins are starting to take off, then we should experience an increase from Vechain moving forward, okay? So just keep that in mind. Definitely good stuff here in that sense. Taking a look at the RSI up over 70, pretty standard stuff. Normally, again, I'd be concerned with that, but this isn't super terrible. It's actually perfectly fine considering this is a nice continuation with a lot of volume. That being said, next available support is about 7.1 cents. Heaven forbid the price comes back down. We should experience a bounce around there. Or worst case, of course, 6.3. You can see that 6.3 was a nice support level there. As soon as it broke as a resistance, it came back and tested as a support. It's exactly the way it's supposed to work. So right here, 7 cents was broken as a resistance, could essentially work as a support number moving forward, right? So again, good stuff there for Vechain. Really nothing here I see that's adverse. Taking a look at the Ichimoku Cloud, we've got a green light there. There's no reason to even talk about that. Pretty self-sufficient there. We can see that previously hit a 9, had a nice period of consolidation down to an 8 and back up to a 6. So potentially we have 3 more hours of continuation to the upside here for VET. So really, really good stuff here. I like what I see. I don't see much except for the fact that it is, again, a bit overextended on the 4-hour. So we take a look here at TD sequential, we can see we're at a 9 plus. So it would be nice to see the price consolidate sideways for about 12 hours, maybe even 24, and then leg up again. But I think the likelihood of it pulling back below 7 cents is very low, and the likelihood of it continuing to the upside is very high. Again, this is a continuation play. Pending Bitcoin doesn't do anything obnoxious and sell off pretty heavily on Monday or later today, perhaps Sunday evening when the Eastern Hemisphere introduces their money into the market, then we'll probably see Vechain continue. Okay, so again, pay attention to Bitcoin. Watch my other Bitcoin videos if you want, just to make sure you understand kind of what that's doing, because that is essentially the catalyst for this, right? Without Bitcoin stability, we have nothing. Vechain is going to struggle, and that's just the way that it goes. Now, we could see it separate itself here in the future. That could happen. But for now, we got to anticipate the fact that this will probably continue the upside, and if there is a pullback, 7 cents will be the next available support. So I would just say, accumulate right here in this range because the likelihood of it continuing higher is still there, minus the fact that Bitcoin could potentially retrace or correct itself soon. There's that factor as well. Just be prepared for the worst, all right? That being said, have a trading stop loss in place. Always shoot for 3 profit targets and make sure you're doing the right things. That's everything that I always try to teach in my trading academy. And of course, every single signal that I send has that structure included. Okay, so make sure you understand that. All right, that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. Take care.